good afternoon, Ohio. My name is Larry Barnett. I am the senior campaign advisor to Heather Hill for Ohio Governor and Patrick Manley for Ohio Lieutenant Governor. And I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk to you about Heather and consider giving her your write-in vote. She is the write-in candidate in the November ballot. We're going to try to make sure that you understand exactly what her platform is, where you can find further information. Folks, if we vote the same old rhinos, the same old professional politicians, we're going to get the same old result. And that's basically nothing. Heather's different. She doesn't live in one of the richer counties within this state. She lives in Morgan County, one of the poorest within the state. She knows what it's like. They live out on a farm. I forgot how many acres it is, but they live out a farm and they have to have their water hauled in, like many around those dirt roads that go through Morgan County. If you want to take a look at what Heather is all about, and by all means, go to fightlikehill.com. Any search that you do on Heather will bring up her website. Her websites hold the platforms for what they're planning to run this election cycle. Let's talk a little bit about Heather. She is an advocate that if do keep moving forward with the same tired politicians, out-of-touch billionaires, that's what we're going to get. We're going to get the same broken system and deal with it all over again. Now, Heather has fresh eyes. She's the outsider. There's no doubt about it. And I'll say this as I go on. I didn't realize just how dirty that politics can be when it comes to these people trying to get power within the state and within the federal government. Her opponents have went out of their way to try to encourage her to drop out. I'll say it again, we're not going anywhere. So what does she stand for? What does Pat stand for? We want the abolishment, I'll repeat that, the abolishment of property taxes. Now you realize that Trump is closing the Federal Department of Education down, and then education will fall back into the states. Heather has a plan. It's a consolidation plan to consolidate districts within the state to where we can run more efficiently and stop the waste of a lot of money. We need to revitalize the Ohio industry and manufacturing. Instead of investing in data centers, which we are patently against, we need to get back to what made the country, this state, great again. That's manufacturing. We need to bring manufacturing back to the state, and data centers are not one that's part of that plan. Heather is the only candidate that actually gives out her phone number to people who can text or call if they've got an issue. These are constituents. We get constituents every day that have questions, and Heather Hill responds or has me respond to all of them. So keep those suggestions coming in, and we're going to ask you again to give us your support, because Ohio needs a fresh change. And I'll say it again, if you vote for the same old rhinos, you get the same old results. So it's time that somebody got into the governor's mansion that has everyday Ohioans on her heart and in her soul. She will make a great governor. We are in this to win it. So if you take the time, please go look at her website, fightlikehill.com. Don't let the status quo tell you who and what you should vote for. I'm confident that the people in Ohio are not going to have the wool pulled over their eyes again. This state is ready for change. So please take a chance, go to fightlikehill.com and take a look at her. Look at her and Patrick's plans for this state, and I'm sure that you'll agree with me that she has the best plan of all. So, Ohio, remember who you're voting for? Heather Hill and Patrick Manley. We'll talk to you soon.